Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here in the Latin Nerds Network. Ready to go over all the shows, films, documentaries released on streaming over the past week. Give you our best recommendations or non-recommendations, as the case may be. And of course, at the end of the show, letting you know what's dropping so you too can create your very own watchlist. We got 2 weeks of shows releasing for you guys today. But of course, let's get some introductions. Our co-host, El Señor Jaime, aka Chewy. What it is, what it was, what it shall be.
1 week to the draft. Let's go, baby. Jay Daniels.
It's wonderful draft coming up. You know, fortunes can change just like that, or things can remain the same.
Continue.
Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. It's like watching these shows. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're shitty, and sometimes they surprise you, sometimes they disappoint you, and etc., etc. So yeah, so fingers crossed. Whatever, it is what it is, right? New management, new management. That's a good plus. We go. Commanders. But that being said, let's go over not a big week, a very, very small week. Not a lot of shows. We actually, one show actually got taken off the board, I guess. Welcome to Wrexham, the Brian Reynolds reality show and all that was actually postponed a couple weeks. So obviously there's no reason to discuss that. But that's a really cool show. A couple of things did end. The first one real quick was Manhunt on Apple Plus, ending its 8-episode run. 7 episodes, I'm sorry, on Apple Plus. Cool show, but of course the telling of the John Wilkes Booth situation after the assassination of Lincoln, the hunt after him, and all the any parties associated with. True story with some dramatization, I assume, and all that. But a good show. It ended very well. I really enjoyed the show a lot. Not one best shows I've seen this year, but definitely a good, worthwhile show. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. Definitely recommend Apple Plus. Chewy.
No, man, I probably know higher up than you. I really, really enjoyed the show a lot. The portrayal of Edward Stanton, who is someone that we really don't study in history at all.
Yeah,
was done very, very beautifully. I think the guys actor, we've seen him in Game of Thrones, we've seen him in Rome, back in the day, had a great series on HBO Max, whatever they call themselves. But I think this was his story, right? Mm-hmm. I think it revolved around the events of the assassination and what happened post, right? That we're trying to track down Booth, his co-conspirators, trying to make it into the conspiracy that it was, right? And how the verdict came out. So well told, well paced. Very interesting, kept me engaged, and I like the subject matter, and it was relevant because obviously it brought in the Andrew Johnson situation. Mm-hmm. As he became vice president, and what he tried to undo or didn't do on following through with Reconstruction and the plans that Stanton and Abraham had laid in place to not only win the war, but then the post-transition period to really bring equality. Now I see that affecting the various amendments that came thereabouts. But there was still a lot of work that he undid just because of who he was, his mentality, and obviously we see the effects post why those actions were not taken, and what the next result over the next 100 years as far as the treatment of brown and black people in this country.
Yeah,
but
absolutely right.
It's tragic because he got to the Supreme Court, and obviously he got to what his ultimate goals was, because yes, he was a brilliant lawyer, mm-hmm. first and foremost. Even though Secretary of War, but he was a lawyer, right? So he was not a military man per se. He wasn't a Ulysses S. Grant or anything. But he got to the cusp, and obviously because of his health issues, was never actually be able to sit on the court, which was his last step to ensure those changes would take hold, right? And as we see today, laws can pass, but courts can undo the good work of people that are meant to be done, right, for whatever reason. Really liked that a lot.
No, I guess it ended very well. It was a really good show. No doubt about it. Plus, continue its streak for the most part. But no, I definitely highly recommend, obviously, catching a 7-episode run. The second one here, and there's a little bit of news associated with it, because we talked about this show last week, and it got renewed after just 1 week on the air.
What?
Of course.
Shocking.
Not so surprised. If you had told me that before we started the show, I'd be like, I don't know. Because I think we saw the little red flag waving potentially with the release of all 8 episodes at one time.
That's bad on Amazon management.
Absolutely
terrible decision for them to drop all the episodes at once. It was talk about a missed opportunity.
Which is surprising, because they're one of the streamers that actually practices their weekly release more so than any other one, right? Maybe
Correct.
even more than Apple and HBO. Um, I guess they underestimated the popularity. Of course, talking about Fallout,
Mm.
which ended this episode run. And listen, we both really liked the show leading into it. We both hadn't finished it at the time. I was ahead of you at that point. I finished it. I'm so pleased. It was so good. It was really such a cool show.
It was
Very unique,
so
very different, very good. Especially the further you go into it, the rabbit hole, the more you learn, the more interesting it becomes. Particularly
yes.
with
The more the mystery starts
right,
unfolding
exactly with
of who's behind the curtain,
right.
essentially, what was going on, what events took place, and what their motivation was. And I was it was like jaw dropping. What?
That's very interesting, especially taking it with the
Yeah.
ghoul, because Walter Goggins' character, very cool, had all intertwined.
Mhm.
I love how he left off. Like I said, close a section of the show, this main story, and begin a new one. As the show should always
Mhm.
end, right? No cliffhanger per
Yeah.
se.
Yeah.
And it did that, right? Closed the turn the page on one. Now what new? I'm excited to see what happens next. I never played the game. Neither of us have, so I have no idea. But I heard this is not really following the game, any particular
No,
story
no,
per se,
because
right?
the
Just
game events happened well before
right.
this event. So I
Sure.
think there's been 5, 6, 7 different
I think it's 4 or
versions.
5 games. I don't even know, but I think it's like
I
four,
mean,
five.
expansions. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like I said, I never played it. I heard
Sure.
it's popular, but and I recognize some of the pop culture elements, the guys
Mhm.
that thumb up and everything and all that.
Yeah.
But this none of this takes place within the game as far as what we're seeing, and I'm sorry, within the show itself,
Right.
which is good, right? Because it's just
No, it's good.
expanding
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
the
And now
the
the
Fallout
game's gaining
universe.
popularity for obvious reasons.
Well, yeah,
But
because
yeah,
it's a great
it's
story.
a huge win. I mean, listen, it didn't backfire on Amazon because it gained the traction. It got a second season, pretty
No, and
quick, right?
hopefully for next season it'll
Yeah,
they'll go with the weekly format
yeah.
just to
This is the wise decision always. The
yeah
show
yeah
that
build word of mouth.
the show that gets the conversation going week to week is gonna do better. It's facts. I
Yeah,
don't know what to
yeah.
tell you. I really wish Netflix followed that model
But
sometimes, but
the way they laid out, I mean, I don't think and it was funny because there was one character at the end that I missed completely who he was within in the back. So the robot, the brain guy.
oh, the bringer. Oh yeah, no. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I missed who that was. I thought it was just random. No, that was actually one of the guys that he had met
In the
before.
past, yeah, of course.
Yes, I
Yeah.
was like, oh crap, okay, that's who that was. Okay,
Yeah,
I
no,
know he
it's
got it.
really
Okay.
cool, and the show gets deeper and deeper as it goes. At first, it does seem like just kind of a fun adventure,
Oh
quirky kind of
no,
show, but it really,
no.
again, you start peeling the onion, right? It's like,
It's
oh man, this is
very
actually pretty
it's
cool.
very dark.
Yeah,
No,
very,
yeah,
very
it's cool, but
dark,
it's very dark because it's
and
very
yeah,
what they allowed them to do is like they essentially gave everyone free reign to run their own little fiefdom or
yeah,
experiment but while sacrificing everyone else above,
yeah. No,
essentially.
absolutely, and I would say, nah, yeah, I'm gonna go for it here. I think this may be the second must-watch quote unquote show of the year with Shogun. I may be missing one. I don't know.
Oh, so far this year?
So far this year, I know
I have
Shogun
to go
was
back
what.
at the
Yeah, I
list.
have to go
I've seen so
back,
much.
but Shogun for sure. Just come to mind, Shogun, of course, which is still going on. It
Mm.
was an excellent episode last week, and then Fallout will be the other one. For different reasons, of course.
Yeah.
Two different, completely different shows, but yeah, absolutely must watch on Amazon. Catch it because it's gonna come back next year, and you don't want to be left out in the cold. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So let's get into this week. We'll do two parts. We'll do a quick takes on a couple of the shows that came out, and then we'll take a feature section, do deep dive on one of the shows that got released. So let's start with a quick takes, Chewy. This is always an interesting one. We got Rebel Moon, part two, the Scargiver subtitle. Of course, following the first Rebel Moon, Zack Snyder, renowned director. Use that term very loosely. I like Zack
Come
Snyder. I
on.
do. I like Zack Snyder. The first one I didn't like. I think you did much more than I did. I don't think it was good at all.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. It's not a good movie. I get the entertainment piece of it, but it just wasn't good. There's a chance, and for me, not on the watch list. Just, I don't know, uninteresting. Some cool action sequences, but the minute he starts slowing down, because Zack Snyder's known for his slow motion. We don't know if he knows Zack Snyder's work, and he starts slowing down.
Gratuitous
But this
slow
one still gets to an
motion.
extreme. When you're slowing down crop and raising crops and gathering, you're slowing that down. Come on, bro. Really? It's
I
very
don't
eye
remember that
rolling,
scene.
very back dialogue. I
I
mean,
don't remember that scene.
yeah, some cool action here and there, but overall it just didn't work. I know he wants to continue this. I don't know. Chewy, in or out of the watch list.
I mean, like I said, that's still semi entertainment for me, so I watched it. So I knew what I had my expectations very low,
Well,
and so
that says it all.
Ed met those lofty expectations
I mean, I put it's as
in
simply. I
full.
think as simple as we can put it. Right, I've said right here. Um, if you haven't seen it yet, but obviously, if you liked the first one, fine. If you didn't, this is not going to change your mind. Don't watch it. It's that's that simple.
No, no,
Yeah,
just because
it's that simple.
um the gratuitous use of slowdown, which I mean, like I said,
That's
you
his
gotta pick and
signature.
choose your
But yeah,
battles.
pick your battles. It's like, dude,
Pick your battles. It
they're
can't be every moment
they're taking
a
crops out
slowdown.
of the ground. He's slowing it. Stop.
I must have missed that one.
Jesus Christ, so bad. It was really bad. But that's it. Next one. This is all you because I don't have Roku, but it's on Roku. The Spider Wick Chronicles, of course, based off their existing IP. Chewy, in and out of the watch list.
Um, it's okay, so I guess technically no, because
Wow. Okay.
I never saw the movie, so I can't compare it to that,
Sure.
and I've never read the books, but obviously they're very popular. The Spider Chronicles. Well, I'm gonna table it because I've only seen two episodes. The first
Okay.
one was very slow. The second one was a lot better. But I think, and maybe this is the reason why Disney pulled it or sold it because they actually the ones who actually made this and then
Right.
sold it off
Yeah.
to Roku or decided to
That's not a good
archive
sign.
it
Not
because
a good sign.
yeah, because
Yeah.
they were trying to save money, cut money, whatever. That's what HBO did for or Max did
Sure.
for a number of their finished products.
Hmm.
But it just doesn't. It seems to like that some magic about it, right? Because this is fantasy,
Sure.
right? So you're dealing with like sprites and elves and other fantastic beasts, whatnot, and beings, and dark creatures. But I don't know. It just you feel like it's missing that not wow factor, but like
I get it. It's
it's
not.
just something. It's not touching on
I
something.
haven't
It's
seen
not
it,
bad.
obviously,
It's
but it's not
okay.
Percy Jackson, which is a similar property,
No, no,
right?
no,
Which
no,
was a
no,
really good show
no.
on Disney Plus, which
Yeah, and maybe it's because the kid, the actors or the kid, maybe
Okay.
it's that you're not having that
Fair
connection
enough.
with
But like I
them.
said, when you said
Yeah.
it, that doesn't mean it's terrible, but it's not a good sign, right? It's
Hmm.
just not. If it's that good, Disney would have held
It's
on to it.
okay.
That's what I
It's
say.
okay.
Disney, you
Yeah.
hold on to it if it's really good, right? At the end of the day, save
Yeah.
money, not money. But fair enough. Now let's go to the feature. We got the last show here, which we want to take a little more time on. That's Under the
Hmm.
Bridge, released on Hulu, dropping its first two episodes. A true crime drama revolving around
Correct.
a young Indian girl who went missing high school and then later found dead. They kind of, I guess I would assume they revealed who did it. I guess she was associated with this group of girls, young girls in a group home,
Well,
and who
they
are
do, they don't
they do and they don't,
because
right? I think they
yeah.
really part. I don't, but the show's not really about that as much as the characters, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, so and there's the cop, obviously played by Lily Gladstone, who is now investigating it, and also involves one of her friends who left 10 years prior. She came back to, I guess, write about her story there in the town that she lives in. It's a small little island off the coast of California, I believe.
Uh,
Some of I think so. Some of that.
is it Northwest? I'm not sure if
Is it
it's in
Northwest? Oh no, it
yeah,
could be
it
Northwest,
might be
but
Canada. It might be Canada. I'm not sure.
it
Can't
could be.
remember
But it's a small
because
little, yeah, small little
they
town.
mentioned Vancouver and whatnot, so it's got to be somewhere in that Northwest area.
Right, exactly. And the main investigation revolves around the group of girls. There's really one girl who, her aspiration is just to be on the John Gotti's crew. That pretty much says it all, right? This takes place in the 90s, of course. So she's a little bit of a troublemaker, and, so everyone's kind of trying to figure out what's going on. And yeah, listen, this one, I really liked the show. I thought it was really good. This kind of reminded me of a True Detective vibe. I'm not saying it's as good as that. Let's just calm down. It could be, but it's in that same vein, very dark, methodical, and really focusing on the characters, right? Why they are who they are. And I really like that at all. The mystery's there, of course, and that's a driving force between them. But essentially, I'm really enjoying what's going on here, and I got a feeling it's going to end very well. But I will compare it to True Detective as far as the last season. Very dark, mystery with layers. Chewy?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the on the who and the where,
Right.
but the why. I think is what they're
Mm-hmm.
focusing on, and these girls, these characters, right? Not well, we say characters, but this is obviously based on true events.
Exactly, exactly.
So it's obviously whether they picked off certain characters, merged them together. It's based on real people and what transpired and why it transpired, right? And so they're slowly kind of they lay out a red herring. It doesn't come out to be it is. We don't think what it is. We think we know what the mystery is. So okay, mystery solved. That's who did it. And lo and behold, wait, no, wait, not so much, right? It's not as obvious as it may seem. So this is very, very interesting. Very, very good show for Hulu. And really looking forward to the next 3 episodes.
How many total are gonna be?
I mean, I
I don't even
suspect
know.
8. I
Probably
mean, I
okay.
haven't looked it up, but
Yeah, I forgot to check that, but it did drop. There's
Hulu
two.
doesn't usually go less than 8 for these. I mean, the ones that they drop all at once are they're 4, 5, or 6,
Right.
but the ones that are weekly usually at least 8.
Yeah, this one, yeah, and it kind of reminds me because with all the characters, there's history behind all these characters. Even with the two main
Yes,
characters, with the Lily Gladstone's cop character and her friend or whatever ex-friend. I guess they both knew
who
her.
comes back to town for some reason.
Yeah, they come back to town. They both. She had a
See,
brother. Oh,
I thought initially, I thought she was one of the girls and they flash forward, right? Which is like a flashback. I
right.
thought that she was one of the girls, and even when she goes to the house, I thought she was just remembering. I was like, she starts interacting. Oh no, shit! This is a new character. Whoops.
Yeah, but I guess there's a history because that girl's the one who came
Well,
back. Her brother passed
yeah,
away that
died.
time, and they were all
Yes,
friends. So something happened. So there's
something
something there
happened.
that's gonna tie into the overall arc of the story, which again, it makes it just more than just your standard. We've seen these mysteries 1,000 times. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's be honest, we know who done it. I get it, and it's cool to watch, and I enjoy them, but. I like a little more too, which is why I like True Detective so much, particularly the first and the last season, because it gave you more than just the cool mystery, but the characters and like following what's going on, and they have their own mystery going on, their own past that comes up. Really, really well made. Really well. I was really impressed by this one a lot. I like this a lot on Hulu, so it's a high recommend for me. Super high.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not must watch for now. Maybe it will be the end of the show. It's only 2 episodes. It's hard to make that claim unless it's so amazing. But even for me, even Fallout wasn't much to watch until I saw the last 4 or 5 episodes of it. To be honest with you.
I
Yeah.
forgot to mention, man. Good to see Eric Estrada working again.
That's right. I forgot Eric. Yeah, and a quick, complete side note. Yeah,
In a
complete side note.
dramatic role. Sorry, I completely
Yeah.
missed it.
Was it Poncherelli?
Yeah,
Damn, that's
Officer
a deep
Poncherelli from
reference. And
Chips.
maybe two people
Yeah.
will catch that. But he made an appearance in Fallout, so that was.
And
He's got a.
Exclusive was in there
That's
too. I
right.
forgot.
Miss Uzi.
Fred Armiston.
But he gets a lot of work actually. Yeah, I see him in a lot
Well,
of things.
true, but
Yeah.
well, he does okay. He was in like obviously Wednesday and some other shows,
Yeah,
but
he's on stuff.
every time I see him, he's the exclusive guy.
Yeah. Estrada, man. I haven't seen that guy in a while. I'm sure he does a lot of Spanish novelas and stuff, but whatever. But when
Probably.
you do American shows, you get paid American dollars. That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. So, but kudos to him. Man's got to eat, so good for him. So that was it for the week. It's not a big week. So let's focus on what's coming out the next 2 weeks. We got 5 shows dropping next week. The first one on the 1st. This is Briganti. It's an Italian show, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh, I'm not sure if it's Italian or Spanish. Yeah.
I think it's Italian. It doesn't matter. You're right. It's a foreign show,
No,
obviously.
not the first. It drops Wednesday. Sorry, you have the wrong date.
Oh, it's not the first. I apologize.
No, it's this week. It comes out the 23rd.
Oh, 23rd. Yeah, you're right. My bad on that. The 23rd. I don't know why I had the first on there. And I got some of these dates wrong. It's here for some reason. I don't know what I'm thinking here. But yeah, that one's revolving. I guess.
It's a gold heist, I think. I believe.
Yeah, it's a woman who gets a team together. Back
Yeah,
in
for gold
yeah.
hunt. Yes.
Okay, so the next one on the 24th, we got season 2 of The Big Door Prize.
Yes.
This one here, it's a small town that turned upside down when a mysterious machine showed up, which can predict people's future, I guess, what they can become. Good show. Whatever. I'll watch it.
It was okay. It was
okay.
It was watchable.
It was watchable. So season 2 comes out. I have the wrong date.
Wasn't as funny as it was advertised to be quite honest.
Right, agreed. Absolutely agree. I had the wrong date, but on the 25th, my apologies, on Amazon, we got season 2 of Them.
Mm-hmm.
This was a kind of an interesting show. Very. It takes place in the 60s, but a black family moving to a white neighborhood. Do the math.
Yeah, in California.
In California.
I think it's 50s. Might even. I think it was 50s.
Maybe it was the 50s, but yeah, obviously different times back then. Obviously, right?
And there was a supernatural elements with the history what's going on. So yeah, had that vibe.
Yeah, it was
season 2.
Good show. I forgot about it, to be honest with you. It's one of those I didn't know was getting season 3. It came out like 2021.
Yeah,
it's been 3 years,
season
so
2. Yeah,
so it's been a while. So looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
After that, on the 26th, we got El Caso Asunta. This was another foreign show, right? I believe it's Spanish.
Spanish. This one's Spanish, yes.
Yeah, this one is what?
This is a true crime drama.
Oh, this is where the parents report the daughter missing.
Yes,
and
yes.
They're pointing the finger. Should be pointing at themselves, I think, is what the vibe that I got there. So
yeah.
And then on the 25th as well, we got Dead Boy Detectives.
Yes.
This was interesting.
Spinoff from.
I was going to ask you about that if
Yes.
that was a
The
spinoff.
Sandman.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay, I
Yes.
thought so. Yeah, this is cool. I guess a young this two well a young girl, a clairvoyant, is helping these two ghosts. I don't say detectives might be the right word or not, but solve a mystery. But it looks interesting. It looks like a fun show. I'm looking forward to that one. The following week is a lot of stuff. It's a big week. Big week means some cuts are going to be made and not everything's going to get watched. So that's just how it goes. We're starting the first one with The Veil, FX/Hulu. Elizabeth Moss, of course, is no stranger to Hulu with Handmaiden's Tale. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale.
This
Yeah.
was she's a spy, kind of a spy thriller mystery, double agent kind of thing. Looks
Mm-hmm.
interesting. On the first, we got well, it's was a Fiesta de Madriguera is the name of it, but it's was it Allison? There's a name for it in English. Down the Rabbit Hole. There we go.
Ah,
In
yes.
English, yeah, the English translation. This is kind of a fantasy show. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
some kid living
Correct.
with the
Yeah.
father, and he's the father's actually tied with the cartel. Hacks comes back on the second on Max season 3. Emmy nominated show. I like the show. I don't think it's that good, to be honest with you. I like it,
I
but it's
like it a
good.
lot.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a funny show. We got the being an older comedian. I'm kind of she's trying to maintain relevancy, so she hires a writer, a young writer, to kind of help spruce up her material.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of go at odds, and they have this very combative but loving relationship, to say the least.
And that of
Um,
his understatement.
yeah, I understand,
Jesus.
but it's a cool show. It's a very funny show. And then, of course, we talked about early on the second. Hopefully, is the release of Welcome to Wrexham.
Welcome to
Of
Wrexham.
course,
Yeah.
a Ryan Reynolds reality show. Very cool show. On the second, we got TP Bond, the anime show on
Yes.
Netflix. No,
Japanese
yeah,
anime, if
I
I'm
have
not
no
mistaken.
idea what
Yes.
this is. I'm not an anime kind of
Well,
guy.
it had a. I mean, I usually don't put these on, and honestly, really good, like Blue Eye Samurai, which was excellent.
That's an excellent show. Yeah. You know
This one
what?
has a.
I take it back. I don't know when the show came out. If it came out this year, that's much watch. I know we never talked about it on the show. I think we both missed the boat on that
Oh,
one.
Blue Eye. No, I watched it. I like that a
We never
lot.
talked about it. That's what I'm saying. We never brought it
Yeah,
up.
we did.
No, we never brought it up.
Yeah,
Trust
I'm
me.
pretty sure we did.
Nope. I brought it with Eric
Blue Eye
on the news
Samurai.
panel. I don't believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I don't when the
Yeah,
show
I'm
came out.
pretty sure we did. We mentioned it because I liked it a lot, and you went back and watched it.
Yes, it's great. It's a
So
really good show. But either
yeah,
way, that's
yeah.
neither here nor there. But yes,
But that came out. I don't think that came out this
I
year,
think
did it?
that's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure this year or last year. I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
think it was
Yeah,
last year.
it could have
Okay.
been last year.
Anyway, but this one has a time travel element, so I thought it's like okay, an interesting
Okay.
premise, so sci-fi premise. So I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. On the second, we got Man in Full, a Man in Full with Jeff Daniels. I believe he's in this one. I'm
This
not.
was on Amazon. Oh
No,
no,
it's Netflix. It's
uh,
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay, yes,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
don't know. Is it a movie or is this a show? I think it's a movie.
It's a show.
It's
It's
a
a
show.
show.
Okay, show. He's like I don't know. I think he's a lawyer or something, or high end like a corporate guy, and
He
I don't know.
loses it all. It looks like.
Uses it all, yeah. Well, they're trying to overtake him, whatever the case is, so he's fighting back. A documentary on the second with the great Sir Patrick Stewart. What was it? The Mysteries of the Neanderthals, something like that.
You need
Going over the Neanderthals. Yes, kind of it is. Who better than
the guy
Jean-Luc?
spokesman.
Jean-Luc Picard to talk about Neanderthals. I mean, that's a good, nice juxtaposition there. It's kind of weird, but fair enough. On the third, we got Unfrosted. This is a film, of course. Jerry
This is a
Seinfeld.
film with
Seinfeld, yeah,
Seinfeld.
and Melissa McCarthy, Amy Schumer. About the true story. Well, I guess it's based on the true events, I guess, of the invention or creation of the Pop Tart.
Yeah.
I have one this morning, so I might watch it because I still like Pop Tarts. But that looks interesting. I haven't seen a trailer for it yet, but I don't want. I just want to go
It
with
looks
pretty much.
hilarious. I saw the
Does it
trailer.
look funny?
It looks hilarious. There's one
Okay.
scene where they bring in, obviously all the major characters, but they have them represented by actual people. So they have a Quaker Oats, the
Oh,
three guys from Rice Krispies. It's
the
just
snack cracker in the pot.
ridiculous. Yeah, snack cracker. It's just
Yeah, like I said, I
ridiculous.
don't know what to expect. So I'm kind of looking forward to
All
this.
these
Yeah.
breakfast icons, right?
Okay.
You see them, right? Represented by actual people. It's just over the top ridiculous. So
That's
it
fair.
looks really funny.
I mean, you hear Seinfeld because he doesn't do anything anymore. So for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm curious about that. And of course, on the fourth, may the fourth be with you. A rare
Amen.
Saturday release, and that's Tales of the
Mm-hmm.
Empire
Yes, sir.
anthology animated series that we've seen as like Visions. Before on
Tales of the
Disney
Jedi as
Plus,
well.
right? Tales of the Jedi, now it's Tales of the Empire. So yeah, Star Wars fan, of course, the fourth, an appropriate release date for this. I forgot this was coming out, so on that one. So we'll talk about these in a few weeks, of course. 5 shows next week. As always, we appreciate it. You're here every Sunday, the watch list. Please subscribe, help us out, hit the notification bell, comment if you wish, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Peace.